Hey, what's up, everybody? How we doing? Just doing a live stream here. Couple MLB games have started, so I figured I would talk about some live betting strategies. We also have a Thursday night football game going on tonight, so I'll talk about some of the bets that I've locked in, which ones are my favorite, which ones are not so much my favorite, which ones are still plus EV, which ones are not. All that good stuff. We'll be talking about it. But as of right now, I'm just going to wait a little bit, wait for people to give them time to join. Figuring out, we've gotten some feedback about a lot of people, or I've gotten feedback from a lot of people, I should say, that say to just wait a little bit to start talking because not everybody can join the literal second that we start this live stream. So they end up being delayed or something like that. So just going to give people a couple minutes, just going to chill here, drink my coffee or my pumpkin cream cold brew because fall started. So it's time to be basic. Those drinks are also just remarkably good, just absolutely phenomenal. So if you haven't gotten one yet, I would absolutely recommend trying it. If you do drink coffee, if you like the if you like kind of like the foo drinks like I do, just amazing. I'm not quite Bob, with my morning coffee because we're sitting here at I'm on the mountain time, so it's 12:45 for me, 2:45 excuse me, in the afternoon for a lot of people. So not necessarily early coffee with Matt, but afternoon coffee, afternoon pumpkin cream cold brew with Matt. All right, so we've got some people to join, so I'll let me share my screen and talk about some positive EV strategies. So with live betting, obviously it's way more fun to do this during like NFL, during when NBA is at its peak, when college basketball, all these sports are going on. For today, I think there are just two baseball games going on, so there won't be a ton of opportunities, but generally the strategy for live betting, and this strategy works for football, basketball, baseball, you want to wait until a game is at a stoppage. So like top three, mid three isn't terrible. So like I'll refresh this. If there's a play in the Twins Royals one, that wouldn't be terrible. So it looks like total runs over 5.5. Let me see if I can lock that in on Caesars. That's part number 2 of the strategy is already being logged in. Since like I'm not here trying to like just smash live bets. I didn't go in and log in. I did that for football, but for baseball, it's a little bit different. Excuse me. But like we can see if we can lock this in. So it's over 5.5 plus 115 is the play. So this is actually good. And this is a great bet. Like it's going to tell me to put a lot on this one. I'm just going to put a unit on this one. If I can get it in time, place bet. And it changed. I couldn't get it in time. That's the downside of positive EV betting is you unfortunately have odds change before you can lock it in. It's like if I was already locked in on Caesars, or if I didn't go in and verify the odds, I would have been good to go. But unfortunately, I was not quick enough. So these odds have changed, I think. 5.5 now. That's unfortunate, but that's all right. Yep, there you go. Now you can see that it changed here. So no plus EV play here. But in general, like positive EV betting, you want to see if there's a stoppage in the game. You want to be logged in already to your sports books. So I'll wait a little bit and just see. Yeah, now there's like a tennis one, Pedro Martinez, the former pitcher. Just kidding. This is like top 3, like that 2 men on. This is going to change way too quickly. But now we can start thinking about positive EV betting for Thursday night football tonight. So I've locked in a couple plays. Let me filter this date. So I have the recommended filters, the button still checked off. So I'm only getting the best of the best that show up here. So let's see what we got. How many plays do we have? Mitch Trubisky over 192 passing yards. So I actually think I took this maybe in a same game parlay. I've locked in a ton of stuff, as you can see. Mitch Trubisky, I took his rushing. Let me log into FanDuel. I'm almost positive that I took this Mitch Trubisky play somewhere over his passing yards. I don't hate it. Like if you look at his stats, so if you go to the OddsJam Props app, and this is like free to download if you want to go check out OddsJam Props, any iOS store. You just type in the quarterback Trubisky. Or I guess he's not going to show up. That's weird. There must be some glitch with it. But I can just Google Mitch Trubisky stats. not week 1, just his stats. Like, I don't think he's gone over this yet. So 194. Okay, so we did go over it the first game. Last week, no, 168. This game's going to be gross. Like the over-under, if you want to go to free line shopping, you can do that on OddsJam. The over-under is set at like 38.5, something like that. It's going to be gross. But with that said, what's his face? The 2 defensive ends are hurt for the Browns. Clowney's out. Last I heard, Garrett is questionable. So yeah, 38.5. That's disgusting. And I actually do like the under. I actually took the under 38.5. So if you haven't locked in anything yet, take this under 38.5 minus 107 on PointsBet. I already locked it in. I also locked it in on an SGP. I think it's really good, honestly. I think this game's going under. So I would recommend taking that. But the Mitchell Trubisky one is scary because like he's been dreadful, like just dreadful. I saw someone post a clip on Twitter of him like he backed up, the pocket was clean, he drifted to his left, and he like threw off balance. Like he's bad. But Thursday night games are always wacky. The Browns defense is banged up, and they just got lit up by Joe Flacco. And 192 is like not a lot of yards, right? 192. And it's a good play if you just look at the math. Every other book, like plus 112, and just look at the odds here, like minus 115, minus 117, minus 114. And if you open it up in a new event page, you will see like where every book is pricing it at, and you can kind of see discrepancies and stuff. So like if you want to accept a little bit better odds, or sorry, if you want to a play, let me rephrase that. If you want to accept a play that is more likely to hit, you could take it on FanDuel at 188. If you wanted to add it to a Prize Picks one at 185.5, I actually think that's really good because like, so like, let's just look at where books are pricing it. So you can get it on Prize Picks 185, FanDuel 188. This looks like BetRivers, Bet-Online, and Bet-Online is a sharp book, so having it at 189 is something to take into account. Then like 190 is PointsBet, 192, which is what we got it at on Caesars, DraftKings, and Pinnacle and PlayUp. And then like a couple books have it higher, including Underdog, which is another daily fantasy one that has fixed odds. So like this 185 on Prize Picks, I think is really good. And the 192 at plus 112, I also don't hate. Like I said, I already locked it in somewhere. Mitchell Trubisky. Let's see. I got some anytime touchdown scores. So yeah, here's the under I got in SGP. So I got 200 plus. That's what I got. I knew I locked in his passing yards somewhere. So I got that at a little more favorable odds. It's not telling me the individual ones, but if you want to look at Mitchell Trubisky alt passing yards, 200 plus. So plus 120, something like that is what I got it at. So if you're at home and you want to take a positive EV play, like it's telling you to put 1.23 units on this one, I would probably put half a unit. Player props are risky. I generally don't like to put, every time put a unit on it. So just put a half unit on this one. The next one, Chase Claypool, I do really like under 3.5. Like I know we're backing Mitch in our first one, but just look at like how Claypool has done. 4 receptions both games, which is honestly better than I thought. But if you look at the amount of completions that Trubisky's had, I think we need to go to his stats. I just want to look at the amount of completions he's had. 21 and 21, which is better than I thought. But maybe 4 of those go to Chase Claypool again. Maybe not. Maybe like they get George Pickens involved. Deontay Johnson's been great. Pat Freiermuth has been good. 4 receptions, even though he's hit it in back-to-back games, I don't think is something that's super likely. And also, like, if you look at the odds, you're getting it for plus money, getting it for plus 112. So this is another play that I'd probably put like 40, like 0.4% of a unit feels good. Like for me, a 40, I'd probably round down to $40 on this one, I think is good. But those are 2 player props that are good. Let's go back. So we're still top 3 and we're bottom 3. So no games are at any stoppage point yet. So I can't lock in any live bets, but so I'll go, but we'll wait and see. And I'll go ahead and I'll do these live streams as time goes on. I did 2 NFL Sunday. So make sure to subscribe to the OddsJam YouTube channel. I'm assuming if you're watching this, you probably already are subscribed, but make sure to check that out. And then I will say, if you want to check out so Sweat the Bet is the podcast that I and Andrew Kim, aka the Parlay Doc, host. We just do 1 episode a week. We do a lot of live streams. So if you look, like we just posted our week 3 NFL best bets, but we go live before every primetime game and also Sunday mornings. So if you're watching this, I'd recommend subscribing to our YouTube channel. We also have a podcast. But it's the same episode, so you can either watch it on YouTube, or if you prefer to listen to it, you can listen to the podcast. But anywhere you get your podcast platforms, Sweat the Bet, presented by Ajay. Would appreciate you checking that out. We do like one long form episode a week where it's a lot more analysis based. And then we give out picks at the end, which have actually gone pretty well. I'm 5-1. We each give out 3. I'm 5-1. So that has gone well. And then we do live streams before every game. And those are almost picks specific and very much math specific. So like looking at OddsJam, finding out where the value is. So you can get a lot of different stuff if you subscribe, but definitely make sure to subscribe to the OddsJam YouTube channel. That's the most important one. That's where you're going to get all the different content and stuff. But in terms of Thursday Night Football tonight, the last thing I'll give you is my favorite anytime touchdown scores. I locked in Kareem Hunt and Pat Freiermuth. My logic here, Freiermuth just gets a ton of targets. Like he's Mitchell Trubisky's favorite target. They might only score 1 touchdown, which is the risk here. But you're getting it at plus 350. Like those odds are nice. Plus 350 odds are nice. He scored last week. Kareem Hunt for the Browns, I like because so you can get him at plus 185. And look at where Nick Chubb is being priced at. Minus 115. I guess his odds went down to plus 180, but still. Nick Chubb is being priced at minus 115. And if you look at the red zone touches between the two, Nick Chubb has 1 more red zone touch than Kareem Hunt. Nick Chubb scored 3 touchdowns last week. Kareem Hunt scored 2 touchdowns week 1. Now, it's obviously not as easy as saying, oh, they're going to alternate weeks. Like, of course not. But the reason why I like Kareem Hunt is I would say between him and Chubb, I would say they're likely, let me rephrase this. I would say that they both have a similar chance to score. Maybe Nick Chubb has a 55% chance. Maybe Kareem Hunt has a 45. Like, to me, it's worth getting those odds. Like, if I bet 100 on Kareem Hunt, I'm profiting 180. If I bet 100 on Nick Chubb, I'm profiting 85. It's like almost $100 difference in profit for 2 players that I think are relatively equal in terms of their likelihood to score. So Nick Chubb was my favorite. Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt was my favorite anytime touchdown scorer for tonight. But in general, lock in those 2 player props. I like them a lot. Mitchell Trubisky passing, Claypool receptions. The under is a good play as well, so I would recommend taking that. And just to give out predictions, I do like the Steelers tonight. Like my plus EV SGP at the time, the odds have kind of shifted. Steelers 4.5 under 38 plus 217, I think is pretty good. So that's what I locked in terms of my SGP, but that's going to be it. So maybe, no stoppage time. I mean, it is mid 3, so maybe we can see. I'll do this last ditch effort to possibly like lock in something. Looks like there are 2 plays. DraftKings I can't use. Bet Rivers I'm all tapped out, so I won't be able to lock anything in. But if you want to take the Angels minus 2.5 plus 132 for like half a unit on that one, I don't think it's terrible. Use the live betting EV betting feature for OddsJam. But that's it. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Again, make sure to subscribe to everything, all that good stuff. And that's it. So I'll be doing live streams tonight before Thursday Night Football. I'll do live streams on Sunday before Sunday football, all that good stuff. So anyways, thanks for tuning in. Catch you guys later.